Hi. Remember when I told you I hydrographed that cover for the air cleaner and I didn't really record it? Well, we're going to do that. We're going to hydrograph something else and we are going to record it. We're going to hydrograph this. I don't know what it's called, but it comes off the throttle body and then goes to the air cleaner. And it's got some raised white letters on it, some raised lettering on it. I want to keep that, so I've never done it before, but I'm going to try to mask that off so when we hydrograph it, we peel the masking off and that'll still be visible. And since it's plastic, there's some things that we have to do when we're hydrographing plastic. There's, I don't know how many kinds of plastic, but as far as hydrographing goes, there's flame treated plastic and plastic that you don't have to flame treat. Now what happens is when they mold things out of plastic, a lot of times in the mold they put release agents in there, and those release agents get in the plastic, and then when you try to paint them, you try to paint the plastic, the release agents don't allow the paint to stick for very well or for very long, so it doesn't last. However, there are other plastics where you don't need to do that, and there's a trick that you can do, and I'll show you, to determine which kind of plastic that you have. So the trick is you cut a sliver, just a really tiny piece, somewhere not noticeable, off of this piece of plastic, and then you put it in water. I've got a little cup of water right here. If it floats, you need a flame treater. I'll talk to you about what flame treating is. If it sinks, then you just need to scuff it and then spray it with with your paint. So we're just gonna go down here, along this edge right here. Nobody can see that. I'm gonna cut off a tiny piece of this plastic. It doesn't have to be very big. Just a really tiny piece, and then we're going to put it in this water. And if it sinks, then you don't have to flame treat it. See that? Sink right to the bottom. But if it floats, you'll have to flame treat it. Now, if we had a piece of plastic where the sliver floated on top of the water, then of course we'd have to flame treat it. Now, we don't have to do it, so I'm not going to demonstrate it, but I'm just going to let you know. What the flame treating does, you take like a little propane torch, and it doesn't have to be very hot. You don't want to melt the plastic. You just barely want to take that flame over the plastic, just not even seconds, and you just like this, up and down the plastic, like that, and then you wipe it off with some denatured alcohol or something, and then it's been flame treated, and then you can paint it and the paint should stick. Thankfully, we don't have to do that today. We're simply gonna take our piece, we're gonna scuff it with some red Scotch-Brite, clean it off with some brake cleaner real good, just mask it, and prime it, paint it, unmask it. Actually, no, we're gonna prime it, paint it, dip it, then unmask it, and then clear coat it. Don't know how long it'll take. Probably going to be pretty tedious. I hope you stay with me. That's not too bad. That wasn't near as tedious as sanding. You guys didn't get to see that part where I sanded all those valve covers. That was about a little over an hour each on each of those valve covers, sanding those. This wasn't nearly as bad as that. So I'm gonna get some brake cleaner. I'm gonna spray off with brake cleaner. We get some masking tape. We're gonna tape this off and try to cut it out with the hobby knife. I'm back. I didn't want to, it's masking. How hard is it? It's all masked up. The only thing that I've left is the edges around the top. And like I said, what we're going to do now is get it with some wax and grease remover. We're going to try to stay away from this area as much as we can. And then we'll hit it with some primer. Put some gloves on this time. Don't want any fingerprints or anything on it. I don't have direct to plastic paint, good stuff. All I've got is sorry about that. All I've got is plastic primer that you get at the store. But like I said, I'm not building a show car here. It's a car for fun. Yeah, this is just hydrographing. This is supposed to be fun. Try to keep it away from the tape too. The masking. Oh, here, let me get this out of the way. The stuff dries fast. Dries fast like the, not quite as fast as carb cleaner, but it dries pretty quick. And while we're giving it time to dry, we'll shake up our paint. I shouldn't have had too much fingerprints around this because the spaces are so small. See, it's drying already. This is what we're going to use. It's plastic primer, Rust-Oleum. This is what I used on the that other thing I hydrographed, the air cleaner cover. So this is what we're going to use on this too. Did okay before. It says use only one light coat, so it should go pretty quick. Stupid tape's coming undone. Oh, this stuff goes on pretty thick. I don't know how you can get a light coat with it. Sure is not even. I think that's okay. See, it's got some dark splotches here. Man, I hope I didn't put too much on. We're going to leave it at that. So we can paint over it. We can paint this after 1 hour. So it's 7 o'clock, so at 8 o'clock we can paint it. We'll be back. So I shut the garage door and turned the heat on because it's still cold outside. We're gonna put this on, open the garage door, and then we'll paint it. I don't like this respirator very much, but it's better than nothing.
Hey, you should have put your overalls on.
Well, I know I should have. All right. this so I can hold it. Okay. All right, that was one coat. We're gonna let that dry for 10 minutes and then we'll put it with the second coat. We'll let that dry for 15 minutes and then we'll go ahead and hydro drip it. So I painted that and then I got some blemishes here, right there. You can see it real good in the shadow. And then we got a little bit here and a little bit over there. I don't know what it's for, what it's from. I've never had that happen before, but I'm not gonna worry about it because like I said, I'm not really painting this as a show car. It's just for fun. If this was for a client or a paying customer, yeah, I'd fix it. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'd definitely sand it down and try it again, but we're just gonna paint another coat over the top and then we're gonna dip it and hopefully it won't be real noticeable. It's spraying okay. Here we go. Keep it rolling. All right, you can show me. All right, that's it. That's the second coat. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna let this set up for a while. I was gonna try to dip it in like a half an hour, but the water in the tank's too hot. It's supposed to be between 88 and 90 degrees. It's right now about 100. So I gotta let the water cool down and then we'll cut some film and we'll dip it. This is after the second coat. It turned out pretty good. You remember those little blemishes? I don't know if you can see them, but they're pretty much mostly gone. I don't know if they'll show up a lot under the dipping film. But if it does, no big deal. It's just for fun, right? Anyway, I'm waiting for the tank water to cool down a little bit. It's just a little bit too hot. It needs to be between 88 and 90 degrees. Sitting right now about 97. So we're just gonna wait, and once it cools down, we'll dip it. But right now I'm gonna clean up my workstation and get ready for that dipping. Well, this is it. We're ready to dip. We're gonna dip this under this film right here. Now I've already cut this film to size. This part right here, this down is gonna face the water. That's the sticky part, it goes down. The temperature of the water is still a little bit warm. It is about 92 degrees. And that'll be fine.
Stopwatch.
Okay, when it hits the water, just push your timer to start, okay?
Okay.
All right. really see what's going on. Oh look, it's not curling up. That's nice.
Does it have to sit for at least 30 seconds?
Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Oh, you said 30 seconds.
60 seconds.
Okay, I need to add another 30 seconds then.
Well, why don't you just push the stopwatch? Oh, we got a little
Because you
crease
said
right here.
timer.
Excuse me.
Will those bubbles right there make any difference?
No, not enough to tell. Okay, has it been a minute?
9, 8, 7 seconds.
Okay. Oh, I need to spray it with the activator.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Looks okay. You ready?
Ready.
What do you think? I got a blowout right there.
Hey, is it?
I got blowouts all over the place. I think it's overactivated. Blowout there, all around there. What did you say?
I was wondering why it's all wrinkled, but that's that.
Look at it. It's all peeling off.
I wonder if that had something to do with that the
It might.
primer that you used, because the primer had all that stuff on it.
It might.
What would happen if you just hydrographed over that? Like another coat of something else?
It wouldn't turn out.
Oh, it wouldn't?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you put like a clear metallic over it.
I don't know. We'll just have to redo it, or I just will paint it black and leave it at that. All right, there it is. It didn't turn out very good. There's a lot of empty spots in it. I don't know if you can see it. But it's time to rinse it off. You know what's funny? I dipped that and didn't even show it. I don't think I recorded it. Oh well, I don't think it turned out that good anyway. Take a look. See all the blowout? That's trapped air. And I might have used too much activator. You see how the color's kind of faded? I don't think I used too much activator, but I don't know. If the film starts running off while I rinse it, I'll know. So now we're gonna rinse it. I'm gonna set it in here for 5 or 10 minutes and see what happens. If it's bad, if it's not too bad, we can always just touch it up with the airbrush. But I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say at this point. 50-50. All right, well, turned out looking like crap. So I've got two choices. Well, I've got a lot of choices, but the ones I'm thinking is just either paint it all black and forget about it, or get my airbrush out and try to improve it. And that's probably what I'll try first, is get the black airbrush and highlight around these letters and see if I can get them to pop out a little bit more and cover that up, and then touch up these little spots right here. It just didn't turn out as good as I had hoped. But Like I said, we're not making a show car here. It's just something for fun. And it's good practice. So we'll let this dry off and then we'll try airbrushing it and see how that works. There it is. It looks a lot better. Would I turn this into a customer and no. Is it good? No. But it's better. And it's amazing what about an hour and some airbrushing and silver Sharpie can do. Anyway, we're going to clear coat it, call it done.